Now, we're going to go back to that meeting in Kalahari to talk about, there's two things that we brought up, and we're going to hopefully come back and you're going to look at it and see, okay, we think you went off and did something with it, or there's still a lot of work to be done. But there was two things that we talked about a lot, if you recall. One, we went through a questionnaire that asked you, what do you see as the value of NOACC? You know, what are the most important things to you? And then we said we'd come back and kind of take a look at that and share the results, which we did, and work on that. The second thing is, and where everyone seemed to perk up, and I know I did as I put my chamber hat on, was how can NOACC help us promote why you should join your local chamber of commerce, period. Because you know what? If you can get people to join our Chamber of Commerce and understand the value, then we can certainly help them how to learn how to, or understand how to lower their cost of operating by providing the NOACC benefits. It's that simple. So help us with that. So what we did is we came back and said we are going to put together something to kind of help you do that, and we're going to invest some considerable dollars in it, and hopefully you'll see that that's what we did. What I like to do is announce, if you've been to the NOACC site, and if you have a chance, please take a look at the screen. If you've been to the NOACC site, you've seen in the past that it wasn't horrible. It was a good site, but it was a good site promoting NOACC. What we did, if you take a look at the new site that's being launched January of 2011, if you even read the home page, it talks about why you should join your local Chamber of Commerce. Join your Chamber of Commerce because you will benefit. And the entire page, for the most part, is dedicated to a message of why a business should join their local Chamber of Commerce. So what we want to do is we want to drive people to NOACC, drive people to the page, and then give them all the reasons, compelling reasons that you do every day when you sit down with that small business and tell them why. And hopefully, you know, that'll work out well for you. We're also going to give them information in terms of new news that's out there, as well as a place for vendors to log in and for chamber executives to log in as well for information that we want to share with you that can help you grow your chambers or retain members. That's what it's all about. So this, we're going to launch this. We put a lot of time. I'd like to thank GHI Services, Internet Services, once again for their help with this. Very creative idea in terms of working with us on this particular site. What else are we going to do? Okay, that's good. Hopefully you got some more, right? There's some other things that we're going to do, and I'll just announce it right now. We're going to put together, we actually are engaging a marketing firm that we've already started to work with, and we're putting together a marketing campaign from January through March of 2011 on why you should join your local Chamber of Commerce. You're going to hear it on the radio. You may see it on TV. We're going to put little snippets together that you can put on your website when people go to your website. We're going to have it in print. We're going to have an email campaign. We're going to have all those things there for you and your mark and your footprint to help you deliver that message on why you should join your local Chamber of Commerce. Now, here's what we're going to ask of you. We're really kicking around the idea, and you don't have to say anything right now unless someone's violently opposed to it and you know, want to jump up and throw their glass or something. But what we like to do is we like to coordinate a region-wide new member drive. New member drive. So we run a campaign for 90 days telling businesses, many of them out there, why they should join their local Chamber of Commerce. And then we coordinate a campaign with you as well in which we do a new member drive in which we have incentives for them possibly to join. Now those incentives may come from NOACC, most likely. We may ask you to share in a little bit, not financially, but something, we don't know. But we're going to work on that next 2 months. Does that sound like something that would be pretty good if we could do that across the board? We'd be able to introduce it and compete with any association out there if we had 129 chambers doing the exact same thing at the exact same time to our small businesses. Yeah?
I wanted to point out the ad and also that it's available right by their seat.
Okay, that's going to be the ad. So does that sound like something that would be pretty interesting to everybody? I see some heads. Okay. Now, what else are we going to do? Well, we've already started. You can see an example of an ad that's running in Inside Business Magazine, which you have today, and it's going to run in a couple other magazines that we're taking a look at. That's part of the campaign, but we're starting to do it now in certain markets to get a feel for it. But if you take a look at the message, and, you know, let's not kid ourselves. The NOACC message in the past has been NOACC, you know. Tell us about NOACC. This message is clear about why you should join your local Chamber of Commerce, and here's the reasons. You click through to that home page, and you have a lot of information. So you're going to see a lot more of those things dedicated to joining your local Chamber of Commerce, because we believe if we can grow our membership, and we're going to put a goal to it. I can't remember, was it a 20% growth? Yeah, I think it was a 20% projected growth, hopefully across our chambers to get there. So that's another tool. Next slide, please. Now, what else are we going to do? So that's not enough. We're going to tie in, and this is a great big event, great big networking event at the Great Big Home and Garden Expo that's held at the IX Center. What we like to do, and we've never done this before, is we like to have a region-wide Chamber of Commerce networking event at the Home and Garden Expo. And what we've done is we've brought the price to $15 per person. So in other words, we would all introduce this to our members, because we have members who say, I would love to meet someone from the west side or south side, et cetera, and network with them, and at the same time enjoy a show. So we brought the price down to $15 per person, one of which is going to be donated to Jimmy Malone Scholarship Fund, which you'll hear about there. But we're going to have a private party, a private room there, in which you can certainly entertain your members, et cetera. And we're going to have appetizers and sodas and things like that. And you get a ticket to the show that day. So we're going to really push this and see if we can get, 500 small businesses at the Great Big Home and Garden Expo at this big event. We're going to try to get 500 businesses to come to network and be a part of their local Chamber of Commerce. And that's the key. We start in January with the promotion, why you should join. We encourage them to join in time to belong or to attend this, and then we continue on in March with more incentives. So you're going to see January through March, full campaign, all out from NOACC to help you retain and grow your membership. So hopefully you'll be pleased with that. Now with that said, that's what we've been working on for the last 4 or 5 months to put together for you. Yeah. Okay. Now, with that said, you're always looking for possibly new officers too, so we're going to move into that at this point. And I'd like to introduce Kathy Berkshire, who was the chair of the nominating committee, to introduce the NOACC officers for 2011.
Congratulations to this year's Bright Star winners, and happy 15th anniversary to NOACC. Through the magic of media, I'm happy to be with you tonight. To this year's Bright Stars, you have received this honor because of all the extra time, work, and dedication you give to your chamber. I know your chamber exec truly appreciates you, and I add my thanks to theirs. It is now my pleasure to present the slate of NOACC officers for 2011. Chairman, Wayne Lawrence, Beechwood Chamber. Vice Chairman, Tony Gallo, Lorain County Chamber. Vice Chairman Steve Petty, Warrensville Heights Area Chamber, Treasurer Ray Cantwell, Strongsville Chamber, and Secretary Virginia Haynes, Wellington Chamber. I'm excited about this slate and happy that they all agreed to serve on the NOACC board. They each bring a lot of talent and a wealth of experience. I know now is the time to ask for nominations from the floor, but since I'm not able to hear if there are any, I will turn this back to Wayne to continue with the business part of the program. And once more say congrats to all you Bright Stars and happy anniversary to NOACC. Have fun tonight with all the animals and party hardy.
Wow, that's awesome. In Kathy's absence, hey everybody, a round of applause for Kathy. Since Kathy's not here tonight, I have to do something that honors Kathy. OH. There we go. All right, thank you guys. Since Wayne is actually on the slate, he cannot ask technically for you to approve it. So, are there any other nominations from the floor? Seeing none. I'm sorry, was there one? Or are you guys just having fun? You guys are good? Okay. Seeing no other nominations from the floor, may I have a motion to accept this slate of officers? And a second? Can we have a vote? All in favor of accepting the slate as presented, please say aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, congratulations to our new slate of officers.